Alright, so I've got a Husqvarna 540i XP here, and I was using it today and just nicked a fence line. You know, no big deal. But immediately after that, man, this thing just started making some bad noise. And I'll show you kind of what it does. So we got the power on. And kind of watch the sprocket, and I don't see anything bad happening here. And there's like 3 screws in here that hold the motor on, right there. And all 3 screws are there. Nothing seems wobbly, so I don't think it's anything related to that. But you can just hear and listen to the vibration. It just doesn't sound right. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then if you go look in here, I took the cover off because I keep that dust cover on all the time. That one. But taking that off and looking in here, there's a fan. I'm trying to get it to where you can see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well. Right here, how you can see silver down in there to the motor. There's supposed to be a fan blade. I don't know how well you can see, but there are fan blades that shoot up through here. And it seems that we're missing a fan blade. So that would make sense why it's wobbly and causing all that vibration. So we're going to take it apart and see if that's the only thing we're finding. Probably. I think you take it apart. Nope, it is the other side. All these screw holes. Got to take all these screws. I think they're T25s. So I've got all these screws out, but this one down in there I can't get because of the handle. So we're going to have to take the handle off as well. Alright, so we got all the screws out. I think they're actually T27 screws, but I used a T25 bit and they all came out pretty easy. So there's 2 up here on the front, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they all are the same size. These ones were the 4 that came out with the handle. I think when this comes apart, there might be something with this trigger up here that we have to. Seems to be coming apart. Okay, so it seems to be coming apart pretty easy. There's our missing fan blade. Actually, it looks like 2 of them. So as I took it apart, I thought I had heard some like rattling in there. And there, these 2 fan blades fell out when I took it apart and kind of shook it upside down. And when I did go to mess with it, here's that throttle trigger kind of came off up here, so we're gonna have to figure out how to put that back together. So this fan comes up, so you can try to grab it and pull it up. I kind of got under with the tool and got way back under it and just kind of pried it up from the center the best I could, and it ends up coming up. There are some splines you can see down there. The fan itself doesn't appear to have any splines in it. You just kind of force it on over that. So I'm going to order a new fan, but until I get that new fan, I went ahead and took 2 off the other side to see if that'll help with eliminating the vibrations. The way I use it, it's not like a constant where I'm cutting tree after tree. I'm trimming up bush honeysuckle and rose bushes in the woods. So it's, you know, use it for 5-10 seconds, turn it off. Use it for 5 seconds, turn it off. So there's a lot of downtime. But we're going to try it and we'll see what happens. Alright, so putting it back together, here is the one piece that fell out on the back side here. Just kind of push it up through and it'll go sit where it's supposed to. And then this piece, slide on over that, hold this spring down, and that should go up under there. This piece right here needs to sit up in there. without breaking it. Set it up in there, so now when it squeezes it'll, when it squeezes it'll activate like that. So now we can hold this down and slide this piece in, do something like that. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. This piece slides in there. Not doing so well at this. Alright, so kind of had to use two hands, but here's that little metal spring, goes in the back here, and then this piece slides over that pin. And right here, it's got to be inside that to hold it. So now when you push down, or slide it forward, you should be able to push down. You slide it forward, push down. Now you'll be able to squeeze your trigger. Now we'll just put the side back on and screw it back together. Alright, so we've got to put back together. Kind of hard to tell, but now there's a couple missing fan blades there, and there's a couple on the other side over here. So they match at least. When I did put this back together, the only thing I really had to be cognizant of was where the chain brake goes on. You kind of had to line that up. Other than that, it just slid right on perfect. Retighten down the screws, and just keep in mind, you got metal screws into plastic, so you probably don't want to over torque them. Using the impact when I took them off, there was like no torque to it. It never went click, click, click. So when I tightened them up, I tried to snug them up real good without clicking them in, and then I'll just check them after a little bit of usage. So let's see how it sounds now. So much better than it was. You can hear a little bit in there maybe to where it's not right, but it is so much better than it was. So temporary fix, we're even in the fan blades, but we're going to order a new fan, and that should be the more permanent fix.